Hey guys, it's Hailey, and today I'm doing a drugstore favorites, kind of like the best of the drugstore video, and this is just from like my personal experiences, what I've tried. There may be something out there that's a lot better than what I recommend to you, but this is just based off what I've tried and the experiences that I've had with different products and companies. So I'm just gonna go through every single like product that you would use on your face for a full face of makeup and kind of tell you what I have used that's the best for me. It may be different for you, but overall these products are super universal and they're from the drugstore, so that means they're cheaper than a freaking $50 foundation. Which, girl, I don't have money to be spending $50 on a foundation. Like, that's ridiculous. Anyways, I'm going to put the prices on the screen, and if I don't have the product with me, then I'm just going to insert a picture to show you guys what the product is. But for the most part, I have everything, and I'm just going to show it to you guys in order, starting with moisturizer and ending with setting spray. Let's get right on into it. Okay, so first, I'm going to start off with moisturizer, and I use the Jergens Natural Glow Face Daily Moisturizer. It has SPF 20 in it, and it's oil-free, so it's super good for my oily girls out there. And I'm like combination skin, and it works really well for me because it doesn't dry down to where my skin feels dry, but it like isn't super like wet to where my face feels oily, so that I'm not too dry and I'm not too oily, and it's like a perfect in the middle. So the next thing that you would do after moisturizing is priming, and my favorite primer that I found in the drugstore, the one that I use currently, is Professional by Benefit, and that can be kind of expensive. So I kind of found a dupe for it, which has been around for a while, and it's the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Mine is super dirty and used up, as you can tell. I've had it for a little while, and I ran out of my Professional, and I saw this in my drawer, and I was like, I haven't used that in a while. Maybe I should, give it a try. So I decided to give it a try, and I fell back in love with it. It smooths everything out so perfectly. It makes you have like a flawless base, and it does exactly what it says it does. It erases your pores. It's probably not the best ever, but it's the best I've found in the drugstore for pore erasing. And then if you want a primer that's super good for like being luminous and radiant, I'm really liking the L'Oreal Magic Lumí Light Infusing Primer. This is super good if you want to look super dewy, going for that light natural look. I really like this for that. And it's super thin and not really heavy, so it's really good if you're going for a lighter makeup look. Now on to foundation. Now, I just found this foundation recently. Well, I didn't find it, but I just started getting into it probably 2 weeks ago or so, and it is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have it in Buff Bisque and Nude Ivory because they didn't have in stock the shade that was in between them, so I just got both of them and I mixed them together, and it is hands down the best foundation that I've ever tried, especially for its price. It's just so good. There is 1 fluid ounce in it, and it's cruelty free, and it's just gives you the best finish. It's not full coverage, but it's not lightweight. It's kind of like a medium coverage, I would say, and it's super buildable. So if you want to go for a full coverage look, then you can build it up or you can build it down, which I find really great. And I usually struggle with foundation like gathering up on my nose and getting super patchy. If you use this correctly, like, it doesn't leave any patchiness, which I've really struggled with, and it's super hard for me to find a foundation that doesn't patch up on my skin. If that also happens to you, leave some recommendations down below of foundations you use that don't do that, and maybe I will try them out. But that's just the best I've found in the drugstore. Another one of my favorites is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation, which this has been around for a while. I use the dewy and smooth one because I have more combination skin and I like going for more dewy kind of fresh looks. So I use this, and this is pretty much just like the Wet n Wild ones. I feel like this one kind of oxidizes a little bit, and it also has SPF 18 in it, so I usually use this in the summer just so I can make sure I don't burn my face in the sun when it's super sunny and hot outside, but I can also wear foundation. After foundation, I do concealer, and I've been using Tarte Shape Tape, which I live by, but it is super expensive. I think it's like $30 or something, which is ridiculous. But I found this Maybelline Master Concealer, and a lot of my friends used it, and I had no idea that a lot of people really used it. It's not really talked about that often because everybody's all about the Tarte Shape Tape. But this, hands down, is the best concealer that I have ever used from the drugstore. Literally, it's super buildable. The shade range isn't huge, but you can make it work. Like, honestly, it's so worth it. You can build it up, you can do light coverage, and sometimes I put this all over my face if I'm just not feeling like doing a full face that day, and it works super well. I stand by this completely, and if you're gonna go buy you a drugstore concealer, buy this one, and it is especially cheap and super good quality. So then I use powder, which I don't have this one with me, but it is the Airspun translucent powder, which is a huge like rave going on right now, and I completely stand by it too. There's no flashback, it sets in your makeup all day. It's comparable to the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and you get so much product inside of it, and yeah, I really recommend that one if you're looking for a cheaper alternative. I think it's like $5 or something like that. Like, there's so many good finds that you can find at the drugstore. Like, you don't have to go spend $100 at Sephora. So the next thing I would do after powder is bronzer and like contouring. I usually don't contour that much, but I bronze, and this has been through hell and back with me. This is the NYX Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in the color 720A Sunny. I'm pretty sure they still sell this. This has been around forever. Mine is so beat up. It comes with a mirror inside, and like it is broken, and I've hit pan. It's more of a kind of neutral, leaning on the orangey side bronzer because I tend to have more warmer skin tones. I'm not really sure if they make a cool skin toned bronzer, but if they do, I'll let you know. But this is so amazing. It blends out like a dream, and if you have a warmer skin tone, even like neutral, diving into cool skin tones, this will definitely work for you. Next I would do blush, which I don't really wear blush that often, and I don't have any with me, but if I were to recommend one to you guys, it would definitely be the NYX blushes or the Milani baked blushes, and I will insert pictures of them right here for you guys. I feel like the NYX ones are more pigmented if you want that kind of look, and the Milani ones are more of a sheer natural kind of look if you want to go for that. We have highlight, and you guys, I've fallen in love with a highlighting powder, and it's the Wet n Wild highlighting powder. This is in the color Blossom Glow. I think they have like 4 or 5 more shades. They have some darker ones too. This is one of the lightest ones that they have, and it's too light for me right now, so I would recommend going with a maybe more golden or darker highlight. It's so pigmented, it's so blinding, and so great for the price. You don't have to spend so much money on a highlighter. Like, you can find cheap alternatives to highlighters that are just as good. So now jumping into eyes. For eye primer, I haven't really found a great eye primer in the drugstore. I know people talk about the e.l.f. one, which is super cheap, and it works well, I guess, but I just haven't found one that lasts all day. All of them that I've used have creased, so I stand by my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. That lasts me all day, and I know that's not drugstore, but I, honest to goodness, couldn't find an eyeshadow primer that I just loved, and I didn't want to just pick something random and throw it out to you guys when I really just didn't like any of them. So I stand by the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I also put the MAC paint pot with it to cover up everything. But you can also use concealer, because that Master Studio Concealer, or whatever it's called, will definitely cover up any veins or discoloration you have in your eyes. Also, I forgot eyebrows. I have 2 eyebrow products for you guys. I'm more of a pencil type of girl. If I do use a potted eyebrow product, I use the Anastasia one. But you guys, these, I've never heard these really talked about on YouTube. These are this is a brand new one, by the way. It's the Ulta Beauty Ultra Slim Brow Pencil. And mine is in the color taupe, and I have it on today, and it is just so great. They have other shades too, and the Ulta brand is, I believe, buy 2 get 2 free, and these are $10 a piece, so you're getting 4 of them for $20, which is the price of one Anastasia Brow Wiz, and these actually last a good amount of time. They literally are dupes for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wizzes. Is that a word? Wizzes? I don't know. But anyways, I never hear anybody talk about these. I highly recommend these to you guys. So give them a try. If you don't like them, then I guess it just doesn't work for you. But we have another one that I really love, and it is the NYX Micro Brow Pencils. I started using this before I used the Ulta Brow Pencils, and I just kind of fell out of love with it because I fell more in love with the Ulta one. These are exactly like them, it's just the shades in the Ulta brand just fit my eyebrows better than these did. But this one is in the color taupe as well. The formulation and the color range for other hair tones is super great, and I highly recommend it. It comes with, there's that, and then it also comes with a spoolie on the end. And so does the Ulta one, which is so great that they come with spoolies because I use them all the time. So now, eyeshadows. These aren't necessarily drugstore, but they are at the same time. You can actually buy them at Ulta. I'm not sure if you can buy them in stores. I think you can. But I know you can buy them online. And those are any Morphe palettes. I believe Morphe palettes run for like $23, which for all the shades that you're getting is crazy. This one is the 35B palette, and let me open it. I just bought this one like recently. And like, look how pretty all of those shades are. And for $23, the pigmentation is amazing, and I've tried a lot of drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and I just haven't really fallen in love with any of them. But these, I'm going to continue to buy. This one is their old packaging. It's the Morphe, and it's kind of broken. It's the Morphe 35O palette. Like, these shades are so beautiful, and they're so pigmented. You don't have to go buy a $100 freaking eyeshadow palette to get amazing colors and pigmentation. You just have to do research and really look into everything. So now on to eyeliners. I just bought new ones because I ran out. My favorite liquid eyeliner by far is the L'Oreal Telescopic, and it's just so great if you're beginning to do eyeliner, because I know for me it was super hard when I started doing eyeliner and winging it out and having a steady hand, because I don't have a steady hand when I'm doing my own makeup. I'm so shaky, and I don't know why, but anyways, I use the L'Oreal Telescopic one, and it has a felt tip, I believe, and it's just the best that I've found. Really, I'm a huge fan of felt tip because they're easier to control than brushes, because brushes tend to like bend and move around on you, and felt tip I've just felt to be is the best controlling, because pot eyeliners, you can mess those up really easily, and just all around, go with felt tip. I know I've said felt tip like 5 million times. Anyways, on to stick eyeliners. I use the Revlon Color Stay stick eyeliners, and it comes with a smudger on the end and a sharpener, which is super great. They have so many different colors of these, and they're super cheap. They're just roll-up ones, which I like roll-up ones the best just because I don't have to keep sharpening it, and it doesn't get like super dull. I also really like the NYX stick eyeliners. They're also roll-up. I don't think they have a smudger on the end, but I ran out of mine and I haven't repurchased it yet, but I will insert a picture of it right here. I really like those too, and it lasts so long. Like, everybody has in their head that you have to buy a high-end eyeliner in order for it to last all day, in order for it to look good. Like, you don't have to. You can go spend $5 on a super great eyeliner. It's all about what works for you. And those just work for me personally. They last all day, and I have super watery eyes, and so a lot of stick eyeliners that I've found have worn off or like been down my face by the end of the day. And those I found to be the best long lasting and have the best pigmentation ever. Now onto one of my favorite subjects, and that is lashes. So first I do mascara, and you guys, I swear by this mascara. I've recommended it to all of my friends, and they've all fallen in love with it. I buy it for them for their birthdays, for Christmas, everything like that, because I haven't found a person that absolutely hates this mascara. And some people might, but just overall, the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, this is such a great mascara. Not so much for volume, but for lengthening, this is the best mascara that I've found. And it lasts a good, probably, if you use it consistently, probably like 6 months, which is about how long a mascara should last. So great for lengthening. And I also follow it up with the Better Than Sex mascara, but I recently found a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara, possibly even better. I just purchased a new one, and it is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I got it in Black is Black. Literally, it looks like the Better Than Sex mascara almost, and the wand looks almost exactly like it. And honestly, I almost like it better than Sex. The Better Than Sex for me tends to dry out super fast, so I'm like, why did I just spend $30 on a mascara that dried out in like a month? Like, your mascara is supposed to last you a good while, but you gotta make sure that you're not like pumping it and accidentally leaving it open, because that will ruin it super quick. But if you're looking for a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara, which is super popular, this is definitely a great and cheaper alternative. So now to lashes. My favorite lash glue by far is the Duo Lash Glue. I just felt that it keeps them on the longest. It dries super fast, it gets tacky super fast, and I've used tons of other lash glues and they just don't do justice like Duo. A lot of people that I know use this, and I know it's already super popular, but I thought I would go ahead and throw it in there. Next thing is lashes. Now, I use Lily Lashes, as you guys know. I have a 10% off link if you want to go check it out down below. But anyways, shameless self-promo. I'm actually wearing my all-time favorite drugstore lashes right now, and they are the Kiss lashes in the style 11, and they're 100% human hair. They're super lightweight. So if you're just starting using lashes, use these. These are super lightweight, and I can bear to wear them all day, and I can barely tell that they're on. Lily Lashes, they're super pretty, but they're more dramatic, and they're kind of more heavy. So if you've been wearing lashes for a while, I really recommend Lily Lashes. But if you're just starting out, I would wear the Kiss lashes. I haven't tried any other ones, but I'm sure they're just as good. They're just different styles. And they also come with a little applicator, which I don't personally use. I just use my fingers. It can come in handy if you're just beginning doing eyelashes. Now, lip colors. I know these aren't going to be necessarily drugstore, and I know there's tons of good drugstore lip products out there, but I've just fallen in love with these. These are the Sephora brand Creme lip stains, and these are just some mini ones, and I've used these in a lot of my videos and on my looks on Instagram. And if you want to, go check out my Instagram down below, shameless self promo part 2. But anyways, go check it out. These I've just felt last so long, and they just, I'm sure they're not that expensive. Sephora isn't a high-end brand, I feel like. I feel like they're more like Morphe. Like, they are in a high-end store, but they're not super high-end prices, so I would classify these as drugstore, even though you can't find them in the drugstore. These are just the best liquid lipsticks that I've found, and I haven't really ventured into the drugstore lip area because I don't wear lip products that often, but I highly recommend these. Last but not least, setting spray. I have gone through a lot of these. These are the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. It just feels so good to put this on. I felt that it made my makeup last all day. They also have a matte version of this, so if you have super oily skin, then you can use the matte one. If you have super dry skin, you can use the dewy one. But honestly, you can use them for any skin type. It's not super duper mattifying, and that's not going to make your face look like an oil slick. But I've just felt that that's the cheapest and best setting spray I've used. I've used the Urban Decay All Nighter. I just am not a huge fan of the smell of it. This doesn't have a smell at all, and I just felt that it got the job done. Anyways, that's it for my best at the drugstore video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up down below. Also, comment down below what videos I should do next. I'm super curious. And if you have any makeup products that I didn't mention down below that you're really loving, let me know so that I can try them out and possibly make a video on them. Subscribe below if you haven't already, and check out my Instagram and my Twitter and my POSHMARK. It'll be all down below for you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys.